So problem number 1, we're asked to change from standard form to slope intercept form. So this equation here is in standard form, and then slope intercept form is where it's y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. This is, when it aligns in this form, it's very easy to graph. That's the main reason we do this. Okay, so back over to here. What I like to do first when it looks like this is recopy the left side, but the right side, if there's just a number like this, I just kind of move it out. Or actually, when I first start copying the problem, I just leave some space here. And here's why. So I know I want to get the y by itself, so we're going to add the opposite of x, which is negative x, to both sides. And if we leave some space in front of the 25, then when we add and simplify, it's just going to work out more easily. So on the left side, we cancel the negative x and negative x, and we're left with just plain y, which is what we want, and then equals, and now we'll just bring down the negative x, and then this is plus 25. So that's going to be our final answer here. Y equals negative x plus 25. So here you can see the slope m is minus, it's minus 1, and then the b, the y-intercept, is 25. So then if we were asked to graph it, we could use those values to help graph it. And that's it. So here's the next problem, number 4. Looks a little more challenging. Change from standard form to slope intercept form. So we want to get the y all by itself. So here we have a minus in front of it, and we also have this 4x. So let's see, I'm going to just recopy this. And again, what I'm going to do is move on the right side, the 12, just kind of out yonder here. And then let's see, I need to get this 4x over to the right side, so I'm going to add the opposite, which is, or just subtract 4x, you can say that too. And whatever I do to one side, have to do to the other. Alright, now let's simplify. The 4x and the minus 4x cancel. And here we're left with negative y, or actually I'm going to write negative 1y. And you'll see why in a moment. And then on this side, right, the negative 4x comes down, and then this 12 is actually plus 12. You have to be really careful with the signs. So the main thing is, in this case, the negative y comes down as negative 1y. Alright, and now we need to get y all by itself, so we need, in this case we have negative 1 times y, so we need to divide by negative 1 there, and we need to divide by negative 1 here, and also here. And then that's going to leave us, when we simplify, with just plain y equals, and let's see, a negative divided by negative is positive, so we're going to get 4x, and then a positive 12 divided by negative 1 is minus 12. So we end up with y equals 4x minus 12. And that's it. Cool beans. So here we have a little more complicated equation, 2x plus 40y equals 80. So we want to get the y all by itself. So we're going to need to move the 2x over to the right side and then do something with this 40. So let's see, as always, let's begin by recopying this. Just think it makes it more clear to move the 80 to the right side and kind of farther over. And then we're going to get rid of the 2x by subtracting 2x. And we do that from both sides. And we'll go ahead and simplify the left side. These cancel, and the 40y just comes down. And then on the right side we have this negative 2x. Main thing is to be really careful when you're copying these, plus 80. And then this is negative, or 40 times y, so we undo multiplication with division, and we need to divide everything on this side, or both things, both terms by 40. The 40s cancel here, and we're just left with y, which is just what we want for the slope-intercept form. And then on this side, well, let's see. We end up with negative 2 40ths x. In a moment, we'll see if we can simplify that. And then plus, I'm just going to write it for now the same way, 80 40ths. I think we can do better in terms of being simplified, but this isn't wrong per se. But we can simplify it. Negative 2 over 40 simplifies to negative 1 over, these are both even, so 2 goes into both of those. So negative 1 over 20 times x, so that's the slope. And then plus, and then 80 over 40, you can divide both by 10 and get 8 over 4, and that simplifies to 2. So here's our final answer here, y equals negative 1/20th x plus 2. So then this would be all ready to graph. Here's the y-intercept, just up at 2, and then you can go down 1 and to the right 20 using the slope to graph a second point and then connect those. So that's it. So here we're being asked to change from standard form, that's this, to slope intercept form, which looks like this. So notice here we get the y all by itself. So here we want to get this y all by itself. So I'm going to begin by simply recopying this, but I'm going to move this minus 28 just kind of off to the right. You'll see why next. I want to get this y by itself, so I need to get rid of, move this 5x to the other side, and I do that by adding its opposite or subtracting 5x from this side. Whatever we do to that side, we have to do to this side. All right. And then we'll simplify. So these cancel, and we're just left with negative 7y equals, and then on this side we just copy down minus 5x, and then this comes down, minus 28. Good. So now we just need to get rid of this minus 7, and this is negative 7 times y. So remember, we undo multiplication with division. So we're going to divide the left side by negative 7. So if we do that to the left side, we have to divide the right side by negative 7 as well. So then we divide negative 7 by negative 7. Those cancel, and we just get 1y, or just y. And now on the right side, just be careful, we have negative divided by negative. Can't simplify those. 5 and 7 have no common factor other than 1. So we leave it like that. And then a negative 28 over negative 7. Hopefully you recognize that there's 4 7s in 28, so it's just plus 4. So that's our final answer here. Y equals 5/7 x plus 4. And that is in slope-intercept form, where the slope is 5/7. So that's, the rise is 5 and the run is 7. And the y-intercept is 4, or sometimes people will say it's the point 0, 4. All right, that's it for number 18.